said, why? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your life? Oh, yeah. Worrying about what they say, what they say. Oh no, so we ain't gotta go there. No, you got a few drones on your coattail. Wanna see me out the door, tell them oh well. Like the 4 or 5 north on a weekday, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't been number 2 since day one. There's a lot of hating on the way when you way up. So why let it get you? Why let it get you down?
What up, Mel? Doing great, doing great.
Listen, you know I got the moves. What have you got to lose? When you tell them that I'm the main squeeze, you know I got the juice.
It's all good. It'll be on YouTube. Don't worry about it.
Gotta pull up with D in the heat of the night. He say, she say, your own girl is a joke. D-Ray, she talk, we pay. They got more to offer on eBay. And I ain't got no shame.
I'm giving you the game, no point shame.
You feel good when I'm back in town. Why let them get you down?
Oh yeah, I done ate. I'm good. I'm good to go. YouTube name is The Public Offender 100. But let's get into it, man. I'm hyped. I just got off a conversation. Cindy Pie said she lied about her snacks. Her snacky, huh? Let's figure it out, man. Y'all know what to do, man. Bang the Cash App one time. Keep the live alive. Let's get the lights up. What are women lying about? I gotta tell y'all. I'ma tell y'all. He's not ugly. I gotta tell y'all. So I just had a conversation with somebody right now, right? And hold on. Okay. I just had a conversation with somebody. The team was the best. Oh man. You know the girlies they about to have a field day with this shit, but I'm gonna try to be serious. I don't think they lie, but some omit because their man's ego can't take it. I can see that. Now I'm gonna tell y'all why I asked this question in this way. Okay. Work was cool. So here's the reason why. Here's the reason why I'm asking this question, right? So a lot of men tell me, and they say this in general, but when I have these conversations with men, there is a thing that I keep hearing over and over and over again, right? Ma, you back? You want to get blocked or what? You got time to come up? Oh, you ain't got enough followers. I'm just gonna block you. Anyways, hey, what's going on? So what these dudes are usually telling me is we get to having this conversation, and I'm telling them what I'm seeing, right? And I'm saying, like, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm hearing from the women. This is what I've seen in my own personal life. This is what the numbers are saying. And it's all kind of aligning up. You know, it all makes sense to me, right? So I'll give you guys an example specifically. So women will say stuff like men are neglectful, right? Like they neglect them. They don't pay them any attention. Okay. My wife has said that about me. My friends' wives have said that about them. I talked to 100 women. They say the same thing about the men they've dealt with. Go look up the studies. The studies say men do it. Like, everything tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything tracks. Mary J. Blige got a song about it. Like, everything adds up. Everything is pointing to that thing, right? Okay, cool. Then on the flip side, men say, well, I don't want to be vulnerable with a woman because when I was vulnerable with a woman, she used it against me and blah, 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 right? You guys know the rest. But I've never experienced that personally. My friends have never experienced that, or very few, if any, have ever experienced that or expressed that to me. And my, logically speaking, what I know of men, it doesn't make sense, because if that were the case, I don't think men would be as desperate to be in relationships with women as most men are. You know what I'm saying? If women were actually known for doing the things that men act like women did, I think that I don't think that men would be so desperate to be in relationships with women, right? Because we're too fragile. Like men can't handle that type of stuff, obviously, right? We can't even. It's so bad we can't even handle the idea of women actually using our vulnerabilities against us, because the majority of the time women don't use our vulnerabilities against us. You see what I'm saying? But that's an idea that a lot of men have, and they're so afraid of it that they actually repeat it as if it actually has happened. They're so afraid of it that it's just like they talk about it as if every man has experienced this, when in reality most men haven't. You see what I'm saying? So that leads me to believe that if it actually were happening the way that men are describing, I don't think men would be in relationships with women. I just don't think we would be fighting to be in relationships with women. I don't think we would be out here lying and manipulating and gaslighting and doing all of these things to be in relationships with women. I just don't. It doesn't track. It doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? And then on the flip side, once again, let's go back to what, like I said, so the women are saying the men are neglectful. And I'm, like I said, my wife's told me that, my friends' wives, I've heard some, most of them say that to some extent. I've observed it from them. I've observed men be neglectful to their kids. I've observed men be neglectful to their women. I've observed a lot of. I've observed it. Right. I've seen men abandon their kids. I've seen men do I've seen the neglect that women are talking about from men. I've experienced it as well. My father was neglectful. I've seen it firsthand. Okay. And then moving forward, a lot of women, not most women, a lot of women are not interested in being in long-term relationships with men, right? And that is one of the contributing factors. That's one of the contributing factors. Most women don't want to deal with that shit. They don't want to deal with it. They deserve better, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to deal with it. Okay, cool. So, and then you're seeing the numbers, kind of reflect that. You're seeing the decline in the birth rate. You're just seeing women reeling back access to men on so many levels, right? You're just seeing it happen, like da 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 da. So I say all of that to say, what are women actually lying about? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm not saying like women don't lie individually. Like, of course, this is not an extreme take. This is me having this conversation with men in these spaces and them saying stuff like women are saying one thing and doing the other. They're saying, men are telling me that women say that they want a sensitive, a sensitive man, they want a caring man, they want an attentive man, they want a generous man, but then they're ending up with everything but that man. And then and then my pushback to that is, oh, that's easy. The men are just masking. They are those men at first, or they give off the impression that they can develop into those men, or they just flat out say, I can be that man, or whatever the case may be. And then 2-3 years down the road, he's still not that man. Maybe he's even worse than he was in the beginning. Right? Most of the time, that's how it happens. A lot of times, he's worse than he was in the beginning. And I'm like, okay, and then the men are using that. Men are using that to be like, oh, well, see, she doesn't really want a generous man. She doesn't really care for an empathetic man. She doesn't want those things because look at the man that she's with. And I'm like, but you don't know who that man is and was to her. You don't know that. So why are you assuming that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and some women, I'm sure there's some women who they don't care and blah 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 blah. But yeah, like most women, that's not the case, right? I saw that comment from Anthony. Anthony said women have many mouths. That might be the weirdest comment I've ever heard. A woman has many mouths. What does that mean? Anthony, you have enough followers to come up, brother. I would love for you to come up. I'll give you one shot, like Eminem said. You got one shot, but come on up, brother. There's sound twin. I think the sound just might be out for you. Everybody else can hear me. It's not too late to repent. Bet. Well, go tell somebody else that now. Yeah. But I appreciate it. I can't. I have my daughter. Oh, okay. Well, you can always stick around and watch, but you know the rules, brother. We gonna go on and mute you for the rest of the live. That's y'all gotta understand. That's how it's always gonna work. All right. If you could be in the comments and you could be tapping, and I mean, there's many reasons. You guys know. I'm gonna tell you again if you don't know. I don't respect and I don't appreciate the people who come in the comments and throw rocks and hide their hands, because oftentimes when you guys come up here, you don't have that same fervor. That you don't have that, you know what I mean? Like it ain't you're not saying it with your chest like that. It ain't, when I press you and I it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different when you come in the octagon with me. So I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying? If you can't come up here, that's fine, but watch your tone, right? If you're gonna say little stupid shit like women have many mouths and you cannot come in the box, I gotta mute you because I was dumb. Right? I don't know what that means. It sounds like you're trying, you're trying to like make these like little comments or whatever. And if you can't explain them if you can't explain them on the panel, then you can watch. That's what. And you guys could just stay silent. If you got something to add, I'm not muting everybody. But yeah. I don't want y'all to think on some, he just wants people that agree with him. I actually don't. I just want y'all to not be in the comments acting like just saying wow shit, because that's what y'all like to do. Y'all like to get real funky fresh in them comments. Real funky fresh. And I just be like, come up here and do it. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Just say it to my face. That's it. So we can have a conversation. That's it. Yeah, he say he's got his daughter. It's 10 o'clock where I'm at, and so that's late already. How old is your daughter, my nigga? Is she sick? Like what's going on? I bet if I was a woman you was sexually interested in, you'd be talking to me. Yeah, that's all it is. Lying about what specifically? You got enough. Champagne office, come up. Since y'all be cutting off the ability for me to add y'all, unless you are banana. Come on up, brother. So we can have a conversation, because I don't know. Lying about what specifically, I don't really want to do that. It's 12:34 over here exactly. Got all this white on. Actually, this is off-white, ma'am. How dare you? This is cream. Yeah. What am I doing up? It's not that. It's only 9 something. We can't request up. Why can't you request up? There's no request option? What? Oh shit. Oh, that's whack. I got it. Hold on, what y'all talking about? There's hella requests. What do you mean? What y'all talking about? Yeah, y'all tripping. Okay. I was like, wait, y'all scared me for a second. Huh? It is right there. It's right there. All right, we back. Nah. They said, yeah, it just popped up. Okay, that was weird. I'm new. Are you on the West Coast? Yes, I'm on the West Coast. I thought that was by design. No, it wasn't. That was weird. Yeah, if it was gone for a second, that was crazy. Women lie about who's the dad's kid, who's the kid's dad. Do women lie about that? That's something. That's a lot of women out here lying about that. Very curious. I don't know what that. That's weird.
Hello?
Solo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on with you? So you made the comment that women lie about who the dad's kid, who the kid's dad is. Is that like a common, like that's like women are just out here lying about that?
Yeah, so I said that I get the numbers and all. It's more from a personal experience. Like I'm actually just being petty.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
nah, I'm not like a incel or nothing. What was the last one I said? Women lie about lie to protect egos, but nah, that's just something I recently saw. Was it wasn't even a lie. The girl just genuinely didn't know. But yeah, I'm actually working and driving right now, so I'm a little distracted.
Are you good? No, no. Get back to that. We not. I ain't gonna even hold you. You good? Um. Hmm. She got funny. Yeah. Not all women. As a thanks for the honesty. Yeah, checks out as usual. Yeah, I'm curious, man. What are what are the women lying about? I really want to know because um it's just I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Oh, let's see what the poll is up. What we got going on with the poll. Y'all go hit the poll up in the top left corner. Only 9 people voted so far. It says, are women lying about something? Yeah, so like I said, let me get into it a little bit more. So I'm asking you guys know that what I'm saying is like I'm saying like I can name several lies that I'm sure the majority of women have heard from men. I can name like several lies, right? That like the majority of women have heard from men. Um, but I'm trying to find out what lie and they are harmful. Here's what I'm saying. What are women lying about to men about to like I guess like get a man or keep a man. What are they doing to manipulate men? What lies are they telling to manipulate men for their own personal gain? I'm very curious. I'm very curious because, like I said, I can name a good amount of lies. Like I could, I mean, like I would. It would take me like a whole live to just name the lies that men tell to women, like regularly though, like just regular lies that I just know that men, just generally speaking, like if by the time I get to like number 4 or 5, it'll be like okay, most men have lied about this type. Like most men have done one of these lies. You know what I'm saying? 53 people voted so far. Are women lying about something? 16.9 said say yes, and 83% say no. 83.9% say no. So keep voting. Keep tapping the screen, y'all. Bang the cash app one time. Let's keep the live alive. We lie about how we look. What do you mean? That they put their kids first. So women lie about that they put their kids first. What women don't put their kids first? That's not. I don't. I need to. It's. Yeah, I'm not understanding that one. Come on up, Dunn. We lie about how we look. What do you mean women lie about how they look? Be specific. Tell me what that means. I don't know what that means. What about sprinkle sprinkle? What about sprinkle sprinkle? What did you ask me, Trish? How am I ignoring you? I don't see. I can't. I don't read all the comments when I'm talking. What up, Dunn?
What's going on, man?
Chilling. What did you mean? What did you mean by that comment? I'm not. I wasn't understanding.
When I said when they put their kids first, I mean
Yeah.
that they They learn about the aspect that they really care about the overall well-being of their child.
You think women are lying about that? Like most women are lying about that?
Yeah, when they have a father that is willing to try to be in their child's life, but they still intercept that or stop that from happening, they're not worried about the overall balance that child can receive or benefit from having the mom and the dad, because
So
she's too
you,
busy,
oh, sorry.
doing things through her own perspective, or living through her own bad experiences in the past, things of that nature.
So you are telling me, first of all, that wouldn't apply to most women, what you're describing. It wouldn't apply to most mothers, right? Because most mothers are, most mothers, most kids have fathers in their lives,
Well,
right?
all kids come from a father, right?
No,
So,
no, 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 no. Most kids have fathers in their lives. Whether or not he donated his sperm is completely different. I'm saying
right.
that most children have fathers in their lives. So what you're saying right off the rip, that wouldn't apply to most mothers. But let's take the small group. Let's take the small group of mothers that you're talking about that
Okay.
that maybe say that. The poll has finished. Are women lying about something? 86.3% said no. 13.7% said yeah. So what I'm saying is that okay, so if a woman is lying, if you're saying that women are lying about that they want the best for their child, but they're
Right.
denying access to a father who, in your mind, wants to be in the kid's life, can you think of any reason why a woman may do that? Like, give me three reasons. Why do you think a woman would deny access a man, deny a man access to his children or child?
She doesn't like his lifestyle.
What do you mean by that? Like, what
Like
do you
maybe
like?
like if he's with a he say he moved on from another the relationship, got another woman. Maybe she gonna say she don't like that woman, or
Okay.
she don't know how to process the rejection from the relationship.
Okay. So that's one reason. Keep going.
Well, that'd be two. If
Oh,
she don't,
that
if
seemed
she
like the same one because so once he moved on, then she was bitter because he moved on. That's
right.
what I got from it.
Okay,
So
well, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So, but she's going to try to, say that, I don't like who you with, or, but okay, fine. We'll just keep it under the umbrella of being better.
yeah.
I can't think of anything else, to be
Okay.
honest.
What do you think is more likely? What do you think is more likely to be the case? Because raising a kid on your own is extremely hard,
It
right? And
is.
and to me, I don't
That'd be more reason to want to partner up with with your
exact.
co-parent.
There we go. There we go. So let's stay along that line of logic because I'm pretty sure that most women do want to co-parent amicably with the father, even beyond their bitterness, right? Most women will be willing to set aside their bitterness to co-parent because
I
it's
can't say
it's
that
harder.
most women would
I
want to do
can
that.
100% I can. I will tell you without a doubt that's true. It doesn't make any sense. Most women aren't bitter anyway about the man moving on. But secondly, the few that are bitter, I'm 100% sure that the majority of them will be willing to to put their bitterness to the side for the betterment of the child. Like you're not gonna convince me otherwise of that. That's crazy. So this is what I'm asking you. So you got bitterness in there. Okay, cool. Now let me offer you some reasons why I think that may be the case. What if that man was abusive? Would that
Okay.
be a good reason to keep him away from his kids?
Yeah, if he was abusive, absolutely.
Is it common for a man to be abusive?
I don't think it's common for a man to be abusive. No,
It's really common.
no, it's
Very,
not really common.
very common. Super common. Yeah,
No, it's not.
it is.
No, it's not. I've
But
been a man for 40 years. I know a ton of men.
that don't mean anything to me.
Well, I can
You
tell.
don't know. You don't know shit about what these men do in their homes.
But you know shit about what
Why
these
would I
women are
listen to you
doing?
tell me about your personal experiences with men and you being 40? I'm older than you, and I know more men than you probably. But I could tell you without a doubt, most men are abusive, and I don't even got to use my own personal anecdotal experiences.
No, you just trying to really just take the narrative. You know 100% that women ain't trying to put their bitterness aside, but you also know 100% that men are commonly abusive?
No, I know that most women, even the most bitter women, will be willing to forego their bitterness to make sure that their kids have
How
a
you know
father
that?
in their life. Huh?
How do you know that?
Because they do it all the time.
You've seen that happen, but you've also seen that these men are also abusive.
I've seen way more. I've never seen a woman, me personally, I've never seen any woman not allow a father to see his children simply because she was bitter. Not one. Me personally.
Well,
But
that's you
I have
personally.
definitely seen women not allow the father to see the child if the father was abusive. Abusive, and I don't know if you know this about abuse. Do you know that neglect constitutes as abuse?
If it's done purposefully, yes.
It doesn't matter if it's done purposefully.
Doesn't. If somebody's busy at work, they'll be abusing their spouse because
Yeah,
they're busy at
if
work.
they're neglecting, yeah, if they're it doesn't matter. What are you talking about? It's still a choice. Do you not know how abuse, sir? Do you not know how abuse works? It doesn't matter if the abuse is unintentional. It doesn't.
I'm not
You don't have to
saying that,
intentionally
but
abuse a person.
I understand that abuse doesn't have to be intentionally or not. But what I'm saying
That's what you
is,
just said, though.
I understand that's the words I use, but you're
Oh,
taking it in a literal context, conveniently for you right now. What I'm trying
do
to
you
get
know
you to
what you're
understand
actually? Do you
is,
know the words you're using right now? You can't. None of that stuff made sense. If you say it,
let me
why
finish
wouldn't
my
I take
thought,
you
then you
at your
might
word?
understand what I'm talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. What I'm trying to get you to understand is, it just seems mighty funny that you know 100% that men are commonly abusive, and you know 100% that women would forego their bitterness to make sure that their child has a well-balanced approach with a mother and a father,
Yeah, I'm a hundred
based on
percent
your
sure. Let
personal
me reiterate
perspective.
this for you again, Dunn.
But
I am a hundred percent
I got
sure that the
personal evidence
majority
of
of
that
hold on.
myself.
I am 100% sure that the majority of women, not all women, I am 100% sure that the majority of women, even the most bitter ones, will put their bitterness to the
Well,
side to
you
make sure
giving
that
them
their
more
kid.
credit than what they deserve, to be
I
honest.
think that varies on age, bro.
I don't think I think what you're doing is you already started off talking about the minority, like very minuscule amount of women, right? And I already let you slide on that, but I said, okay, I'll play your game, and we'll even talk about the the
But
very small group
you
of women
haven't
you're
really
describing.
established how you know that's a minuscule amount of women. Just because you said that don't mean that it's fact.
I already told. Wait, it is the vast majority of children have fathers in their lives. Already negated. What do you mean? Statistically, that's proven. That's not my opinion. So for you're not understanding what I'm saying. For what you're saying to be true, right? If what you're saying was actually true, then what I'm saying would not be true. If the majority of women are bitter and they're denying access to the father, then how can it be simultaneously that the majority of children have fathers in their lives? That doesn't make sense.
Well, first of all, when you say majority, you are interjecting the aspect of majority. Because your question don't really ask about majority. It says, what are women lying about?
What do you see? This is where reading comprehension comes in. When I say women, what do you think I'm saying? What number of do you not get that I'm talking about the majority of women? So
No,
women in
you
general.
rather me imply that you mean majority of women. Your
No.
question
No,
is women.
No. That literally, if you
hold on.
reading
Let me ask
comprehension
you.
is, whew, man, it's tough.
It
Let
sure
me
is,
ask a
but you got to
question.
actually put the word majority in there if you want me
I don't
The
to.
have to do
statement
that.
of bitter women.
I promise you guys, I don't have to do that. Only
Why not?
I'm hold on, wait, because
Because you
it is
said so, right?
inferred. Hold on, if you're gonna ask me a
Once
question, let
again,
me answer.
everything
Hold
is
on,
about what you.
hold on, Dunn, be quiet. You're talking too much for a person that can't read past the sixth grade. I'm trying to help you understand.
Bro, what is with all the
Hold on,
insults
James,
that
be
this
quiet.
man?
You two, both of y'all. We gonna have a quick. We're going to have a quick English lesson. Quick, right? So it is implied and inferred in this statement that I'm talking about women in general. And when you talk about women or a group in general, you mean the majority. That is the implication. You don't have to specify. You shouldn't have to specify that that I'm talking about the majority. I shouldn't have to do that. That I promise you guys, if you understand reading comprehension, that is how it works. Like most people in here, they got from this that I'm talking about women in general. You two didn't. So are they wrong? And you're no. You guys just didn't understand the question. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about women in general, right? When you just say women, when you just say men, when you say Americans, when you say people, anything like that, it is implied and inferred that you're talking about the majority. That's what general is. That's why people say in general, this is what I think. Generally speaking, this is da 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 da. The majority, that's what it is. That's how English works. So, back to what I was saying. The majority of children have fathers in their lives. How can it be that the majority of children have fathers in their lives while simultaneously the majority of mothers don't are bitter and don't want fathers in their lives? That's what I was asking you. It doesn't make sense. James, I only brought you up here because you called me a simp. How am I a simp? What is the definition of a simp?
That's why you brought me on here to ask that question.
Yeah, you said it.
Well, you sitting over here making
No.
derogatory
Start from the
comments at this
beginning.
man.
What is a, hold on, wait. What is the definition of a simp? Go ahead.
A simp is a man that is going to sit here and cut down another man to try to make himself look good for these women.
That's not a simp. That's not a definition of a simp. Go look up
That's
the
my
definition of a simp. No. You don't
This
get to
man
make
didn't
up.
say anything
Hold on,
disrespectful
James.
to you. You called him.
James. You do not get up. You do not get to make up definitions of words. There are definitions for words so that we can have conversations that make sense, right? The conversations have to make sense. So the words we have to adhere to the definitions of the words. So I'll ask you again, what is the definition of a simp? Because that wasn't the definition of a simp. You don't get to say this is my definition. That's not what you get to say.
Go
You
ahead
have
and give
to
us your definition.
actually
I
make it.
guarantee
No.
What you're going to say is going to be
I
close
know the
enough to what
definition
you're
of a
going
simp.
All right, so say it. I promise
But I
you,
want
whatever you're
James
going
because
to
he
say
used. Hold on,
is
done.
gonna
Be
be
quiet.
close enough to James.
Done. Be quiet. I'm asking James a question. James called me a simp, so I would like
I
for
sure
him to
did.
give
You
us
are
a
a simp.
definition of
I
a
sure
simp.
did call you a
So I'm
simp.
gonna give you another chance to give us the actual definition of a simp.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
have to give you
You
any
should if you're gonna
definition if
use
I
the
don't
word. You
want
should.
to.
You don't think it's fair that if you use a word that you should actually know what it means? You don't
I
think
know
so?
what the word means.
Then tell us what it means.
Why don't you tell us what it means?
No, don't, sir. Please. I didn't use the word.
You did. You used it like
I
several times. I
didn't.
used it like 5 minutes ago, but
I haven't
obviously it
used
struck
the
a
word
nerve.
at
It
all. I
obviously
just
struck a nerve because you brought me on here
hold on.
for it.
James, don't try to gaslight me. You called me a simp. I brought you up here and asked you, first and foremost, before we have this conversation, what is the definition of a simp so I can understand why you called me one, right? So that's what I want to establish. Now, can you give me the definition of the word or not? Simp is not a slang word. It is a real word in the dictionary. You can go look it up. You should look it up. You should have already done that by now. If you were smart, you would have already done it and been able to answer me, but you haven't. But I'm asking you again, what is the definition of a simp? This is crazy. I don't understand. Why do y'all use words that you don't know the definition to? Do you do that?
You're doing it. You've been doing it this whole time. You spent the last 3 minutes telling this man that he's not using the word right, yet you have not implemented any type of education beyond that.
I don't, sir. Do you think I
He
owe
already
you?
told you.
Hold on,
what
wait. Do
he
you
said
think
simp
he
was.
doesn't? No. He
If
is
you
not.
don't agree with
Hold
it,
on, wait,
then
done.
educate.
Hold on, wait, done.
If not, you just wasting
I'll tell
everybody's time.
you something.
You just go
If
on
he
and
told
on.
me,
You know the word. You know the
if
word.
he told me, right now that he
told you what it
didn't know the
was.
word,
And I
done,
already said to you, if you
Done.
give us your definition of it, I
done.
guarantee
You don't know the
it's
definition of
going
it
to be
either. So
close
why are
enough
you
to what he
talking?
just said.
Why done? Why are you talking?
So go ahead and say it.
Okay, so if James is honest and says I don't know the definition of the word, I was just using it because I was triggered by something you said, then I'll educate you because now we can have a conversation. But if you're gonna lie to me and you're gonna try to gaslight me, then until I won't do it. Okay, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on. So just calm down and watch the show unless you got something to add to move the conversation along. But as of
That's
now,
what I'm just saying.
you're not doing nothing though. Okay, cool. So I won't go back to James because James don't know the word simp and he used it. So we can't even keep going because he don't know the word. So why would we move forward with the conversation if he doesn't even know the word that he just used? I don't understand. You don't think that that's fair? You don't think it's fair of me to ask a person that called me something to define what that means to them?
I do think that it's fair.
Okay.
What I don't think is fair is that you don't really receive anything that's being said to you unless you already have it in your narrative that is in.
You're not using the words you're using doesn't make sense. Just so you know, you just
yes,
said a
it
word
does.
salad.
Yes, it does.
They don't say it again. Make it make sense. I'm waiting. Go ahead.
If you can't receive what I'm saying, then just say that.
No, if you're not, sir, you're not being coherent.
What am I not saying?
You're not making
so
sense.
Confusing to what you. About
You're
what
not
I'm
making
saying?
sense. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not making sense.
What I'm saying.
Okay. So what's happening now is
I said you don't receive perspectives said to you unless they already align with what your narrative is. What is ambiguous about that?
So basically what you're saying is I only accept things that I like. I have implicit bias, right? But what if I told you? Yeah. But what if I told you that you're projecting and that's what you do? Because all I'm saying is that if you use a word, right, or if you say something, I want you to explain it to me and make it make sense, right? That's all I'm asking for either one of you. But Dunn, I'm just telling you, brother. You think that what you're saying makes sense, but it doesn't. You think what you're saying makes sense. Okay. I told you why it doesn't make sense though. You see, I don't do what you guys do. Dunn, why are you talking while I'm talking? This is crazy. You can't even listen. You don't know how to have a conversation. Dunn, I'll reiterate why I said what you said didn't make sense, right? You said women in general don't put their kids first. I brought you up here. Then you explained to me what that meant to you. And you said because they will, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, they will keep a father out of that child's life because they're bitter. That's where we got to. And then I said, well, how can that be when statistically most kids have fathers in their lives? So that was the reason why I disagree with you based on actual facts. I disagree with you because of the facts. Now, can you combat that? Are you going to come back and say, no, well, the fact, like say something else. You see what I'm saying? Like, but you got stuck right there and you pivoted instead of you just acknowledging that and going, okay, I didn't think about it that way because most kids do have fathers in their lives. You pivoted to something else. So what I'm asking you is do you still believe that most women are bitter and are keeping fathers away from their kids? James, have you looked up the definition of simp yet?
No, I sure haven't. I was back to the topic.
No, you called me a simp. Explain it.
Again, I'm back to the topic. The topic is
you were
about
never on the topic though.
Bitter, keeping fathers away from the kids.
Yeah, we can get. That's not the topic. That's not the topic. The topic is
the topic. Tell me what the topic is.
The topic's right here. The topic is
what women?
What are women lying about? But right now, James, I want you to tell me why you call me a simp.
Laws and regulations.
Hold on, wait, James. Wait.
So
James,
what women are we talking about?
Okay, James, I didn't bring you up.
Why don't you specify the women?
I didn't bring you up here for this right now. We could have this conversation.
That's what the topic is.
No. I dictate what the conversation is first and foremost. Second of all,
God, nigga,
I'm asking
you serious?
You guys are so emotional. It's ridiculous. Calm down. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. You were in the comments yapping, right? You thought you was slick. You called me a name. I brought you up here to explain why you would call another man that name, because none of y'all would talk like this in real life. Like, you wouldn't call me that in real life, right? We know how men get down. So I'm asking you though, why did you feel compelled to do so in this live? That's what I wanted to get to. But before We can have that conversation. I wanted for you to explain to me what is the definition of simp, so that we can have an understanding of why you would call me that. You see what I'm saying? But you have yet to give me the definition because you don't know it. So now I have to ask you another question. Why would you use a word that you don't know the definition to? You see what I'm saying? Like now I'm moving on to the next point. Why are you using a word that you don't know the definition to?
I know the definition. I'm looking right at it.
Okay, what's the definition? Read it.
You.
That's not funny.
It don't need to be funny. That's
They're
the
laughing.
sad part.
James, we're laughing
be
at
explaining
you.
that to you.
I got you. So why would you use a word that you don't know the definition of?
I know the definition. I'm looking at the definition. It's a damn shame that somebody the same color as me, I have to look at like that.
Yeah. I don't care. You can get off your soapbox. I'm trying to get as a black man, sir, it's a shame that you have the reading comprehension skills of a third grader. That's a shame that you don't know what words mean that you use and brought. Literally, there's 450 people in here. You called me a name and I asked you to give me the definition of it, and you can't. And you've done everything. You've done everything but do that. You said what?
The public co-offender 2. That's your name, the public co-offender 2.
Why would you think that my name is the public co-offender? That's the stupidest name I've ever heard of.
Well, you wouldn't have got this long ass name. What does it say? The public
offender.
Let's say that.
No, it's the public offender.
Public offender 2, whatever. Mm-hmm. The public.
So now you talking about my name, Dunn?
Yeah. Done.
Who cares?
Because
so
at the end of the day, I don't
it.
care about your opinion or,
Okay. If you don't care about my opinion, then why are you here?
I simply asked the question. You invited me. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but you can leave whenever you want to. I'm not stopping you from leaving.
Of course. It's entertaining.
So you do care. So there's no need. I care about your opinion right now.
No, you don't, because you keep shutting it down and muting my microphone.
No. I'm only muting you because you guys are emotional and you don't know how to have a conversation.
I'm telling you,
you are.
You need to control the narrative. And I guess that
no. I need to control the live.
The live.
I need to control the live. I don't give a fuck about the narrative, but I definitely want to control the live. So when I'm talking and you're talking like while I'm talking, then I mute you. Because you're talking while I'm talking. I don't even care. It's not about what you're saying. It's literally that you're interrupting me while I'm talking. So I'm mute you.
You're controlling the live. Got it.
That's me controlling the live. I don't give a fuck. I'll let you talk, but I want you to say something that makes sense. Right? So I asked you the question 3 times. You haven't answered me. You haven't answered the question yet.
Up to your opinion.
Hold on, wait, done. So you want me to ask the question for you one more time so we can move on? Because neither you or James can seem to answer these questions. Right?
So how could that be?
How can that be?
I'm telling you is that statistic, I'm not even sure is really confirmable, because that could be a father figure. That could be anything. That doesn't necessarily, nowadays, that could be 2 women saying that one's a father, the way that things are politically correct these days. So that's not necessarily exactly where I'm coming from. But where I'm coming from is personal experience. So what you say, 100% true, I have 100% fact of evidence on my own life that shows the otherwise or shows the contrary.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, just because you lost on it don't mean that I didn't make sense.
You didn't make sense. I'll tell you why hold on, I'll do it again for you, right? Because I already showed you why the other thing you said didn't make sense. So I asked you, you started off, why are you talking while I'm talking? Do you see what I'm saying? I let you talk. I let you get your point out, right? Now it's my turn to address it. Okay? So what I asked you was, how can you refute the actual evidence? And you said your comeback to that was, how do we know? But it's reported. How do you know anything like that? There's a census. They ask the question and the people respond. So you think all these people are lying about it? Like, what are you talking about? Of course most people have fathers in their lives. What are you talking about? That doesn't even make sense. What are you saying about men? Like, do you see what I'm saying? You do realize that the most bitter woman couldn't keep a man away from his child. That's the thing I ain't even got to yet. I don't give a fuck. That woman could be as bitter as a fucking unripened lemon and she couldn't keep a man away from his child, right? But I'm giving you a pass on she's bitter. Cool, I got you. What I'm saying is, though, with all the bitterness in the world, the majority of children still have fathers in their lives. And you're asking me, how do I know that number is true? How do we know that number is true? Because they asked the people. And the people said, oh, yeah, no, the father is in their life. You think the women are lying about it? You think the men are lying? Well, like, who the fuck is lying about it? It doesn't make sense. That's how the census is conducted. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's done. It doesn't make sense. And then you saying that my own personal experience says otherwise. It doesn't. That's why we don't use anecdotal experiences, because in your anecdotal limited experience, you can say that I see a lot of father abandonment. I see a lot of fathers abandoning their children. You can say that, and I would believe you, because I've seen it too. I've seen it too. I know hella fathers that have abandoned their child. You could say it's because of the woman's bitterness. I call it father abandonment, because we have a father abandonment issue, right? Cool. You're not about to tell me that all these women are bitter. I can definitely tell you that these men be abandoning their kids, though, because once again, you cannot keep an active father away from his kids. It doesn't make sense. And I don't know if you have kids, but if you have kids, could anybody keep you away from your kids for any reason? I'm very curious to know that, Dunn. Who could keep you away from your kids if you wanted to see your children, if you wanted to be in your kids' life? We got another one. Let's bring him up. Oh, he only got 7 followers. He about to get blocked, but I'm gonna read his message. Dunn, you're muted. I don't know if you know that. James, do you want to drop, brother? What you want to do, man? You ain't adding nothing.
No, I already told you.
Bid said 67% of black children are born into single parent households. That's a large number. So Bid doesn't understand that being born into a single parent household, he doesn't know how single parent households are defined. It doesn't mean that there's nobody else in the household or nobody that's active. That's not what single parent means. You should look at.
So now you are now supporting what I just said to you earlier.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
How am I?
It could be a father figure. It could be a whatever.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Exactly what you just said.
That's not what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I was saying. Single parent means, just means it goes off of filing, right? Like taxes, pretty much. So single parent, they file. The woman files single parent. Doesn't mean that the boyfriend's not there. Doesn't mean that the father doesn't live. It doesn't mean that the father doesn't live.
Oh my God.
Done. Shut the fuck up.
Bro.
Shut the fuck
serious
up.
right
Y'all are
now?
too dumb. You guys are too stupid for this conversation. I only got you up here to educate you. Dunn said he wanted to be educated. So I got you up here to be educated. This is how it works. So that doesn't mean that the father doesn't live in the home. That doesn't mean that the father doesn't live 15 minutes away. That doesn't mean that the kids don't see the father every weekend, or the father doesn't pick up the child from daycare every other day. That's not what it means. It just means that on the taxes, the women are filing. It's a single parent home. That's what it is. That's all, because that's the only way they can track it. That's it. That's how they track it. So what are y'all talking about? Y'all don't even know. You guys don't read. You guys don't read. Yeah, it just means they're not married. Exactly. Sorry. That's a better way of saying it. That's all it means. You guys don't actually look up what the shit means. That's all I'm saying.
You're hilarious, yo.
Like be fucking for real. Look, stop repeating stupid shit you heard. Sir, stop reading memes and coming in spaces with people who have actually done the work and have conversations with them. Stop doing that. You're going to look dumber. It doesn't help you.
How do you not know that you contradicted yourself from things you said earlier till now?
Go ahead, prove it.
I'm not even gonna rewind all that, because all you're gonna do is deny it like you already been.
Go ahead and prove it, Dunn, or shut the hell up.
I already did, but I am gonna do that second part because you wasted my time at this point.
James, what you want to say before you get dropped?
Well, before you drop, I wanted to ask him a question if I can.
James, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Not you. I'm talking about you. Is it problematic? I can't see your phone. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, it's
problematic. Go ahead, brother.
So James, I just kind of popped in the live. you kept saying you when he was asking to define a simp. I hear that word on this app a lot. I'd like to know what it means. And since I'm unfamiliar with what public is, you just saying you doesn't work for a definition for me. So if you wouldn't mind, can you define it for me?
Hold on, let me help James out. Oh, James ain't there no more. Oh no, he's off the app. I think he's looking it up right now. He said it first and then he Googled it second. But I told him to Google it a long time ago. I gave him the opportunity to Google it a long time. I wanted him to. I wanted him to look it up so that he would know it, so that we can have the conversation. Because whenever people use those words, I always challenge them to give me the definition, and then by the end of the conversation, come to find out, guess what? I'm not that. So I'm like, I find it odd anytime they call me that shit. I'm like, how am I a simp? What is that? Do you even know what that means? Go ahead, James. Did you hear Problematic's question? He asked you the same thing I asked you. He asked you to define the word simp. Everybody's waiting. You've been up here for like
look it up
30
yourself,
minutes.
boy.
I already know it though. But I
just told you what it was.
So you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm asking
but
you,
I
though,
literally
sir.
told
I just
you
came
what it
up
was.
here. I just came up on the platform. I'm asking you, do you mind answering for me?
I did answer.
No, I just came up on the platform. So I missed the definition. So could you define it for
Okay,
me?
the definition, if you are going to try to belittle another person with no facts to make yourself look good, that is a simp. You're seeking attention by trying to use a bunch of words and you don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not going to belittle the next man to make my point. If I'm having a conversation and I'm not sure if I agree with you, I'm going to hear you out. But I'm not going to try to make you look bad in front of other people, because that's being a simp. If you were wrong, I might try to correct you or guide you to the right way to get the answer. But what I'm not going to do is try to make you look bad, which is going to allow other people to add their feelings into the conversation. And that's what he keeps doing. Every time somebody asks him a question, he wants to belittle the next person. And then all these whatever people he got following him are riling up in the comment section. And what are we accomplishing by belittling the next man? That's not educating anybody.
Calling somebody a simp is belittling them, by the way.
Well, stop acting like a simp and you won't be called.
But wait, no, you can't. Hold on, sir. You can't have it both ways. If you want to call me a simp,
so then you're a simp.
Yeah, exactly, by his own definition. But if you call me a simp and then all I ask you to do is define the word, and then you come up here.
I did define the word. And
I know, but you didn't. I'm sorry. Hold on, James.
Proceeded to keep making comments.
Wait, James.
And me and the other guy.
James, you use, by the way.
I answered your question.
Okay. James, you used two definitions, by the way. Both of them are wrong. Just FYI.
They're not both wrong, bro. Look the word up yourself. Okay. You can spell Google, I'm sure. So can that man right there. Now, if he looks it up,
let me look it up. I looked it up for you, right? So I did the labor for you, right?
Right. You don't need to do the labor for me.
James,
go look in the mirror, and you answered your own question.
James, hush, okay?
Brother,
I'm only letting you live because you got Kobe Bryant.
Let me explain something to you, dude. Kobe Bryant is
okay. James is drunk, y'all. We gonna put James on mute. He got a problem. It's disparaging first and foremost. That's the first word they use. So you disparage me right off the rip. I don't even know who you are. You don't know me. You disparaged me right off the bat. So at that point, you do not get to come up here and cry wolf. Just FYI, you don't. I'm sorry. But everything I said about you was actually true, by the way. I didn't make up anything about you. I didn't lie about you. I haven't lied on you. I haven't used a word I don't know the definition of. I think that you lack reading comprehension skills, and you have proven it time and time again. I'm not lying about that. I'm not trying to disparage you either. I'm just pointing out an obvious truth at this point that everybody has seen. I'm not making it up, but I'll read the definition to you. A person, especially a man, who is excessively attentive or submissive to an object of sexual attraction. That's what a simp is, right? So, now we would have to find out, who am I sexually attracted to? You got to unpack all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to make all of these assumptions and blah, 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 which you have no reference, nothing. You have nothing to do that on.
Public offender, can I say something?
All you have is you're offended. Go ahead. Who is this?
My name is Jimmy Bama, bro. First off, I want to say I want to have a respectful dialogue with you. I'm on here to learn, right?
Bet.
I'm not on here to, you know what I'm saying? Because I do think you give a positive aspect of things that most black men such as myself don't really look at. So I appreciate this platform.
Bet.
So just speaking from a personal experience, I do have custody on my son, and I had to go through court to get that process started. It was hard at first, but like you said, I wanted to be in my son's life, so nothing prevented me. I don't care if I had to go get Judge Judy herself to be my lawyer. I went through several hoops to get that.
Yeah.
That's from my personal experience. So I do want to say, like, yeah, I nothing's gonna stop you from being a dad.
Nobody.
I do agree with that. And
Yeah.
no, I just want, that's all I want to say, man. I
Oh, okay.
appreciate the platform, and like
Thanks,
I said,
brother.
it gives me another aspect to look at, man. God bless y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Bama. So go ahead. You could go ahead. Problematic.
Real quick then, James, the words you were saying have nothing to do with simp. You told me to Google it, and I Googled it also. And not only did I Google it, but he read the definition. So it sounds like it pertains to chasing after a woman who's not really interested in you, but you seem to be confused with just somebody you don't like. Am I correct in what I heard? Because you was just throwing out a bunch of stuff about somebody you don't like, being belittled. And I think there's a lot of other words to describe a man who belittles another man, right? Like if I was to belittle you while chasing after another woman, that's like dirty macking or something like that, right?
That's dirty macking.
Right.
That's
So there's
that's
other,
the definition of dirty macking.
right. So there are other words for what you were saying. And so I'm just curious, do you just be saying shit or do you actually know what you're talking about?
I'm gonna go with the latter, but I'll let him answer. He gonna call you a simp.
I didn't call the man anything. He asked me a very pointed question, and I answered it for him. That's something you haven't been able to do.
Huh?
He asked me a question. I gave him a fair answer. I didn't call him out his name, get heated, angry, disrespectful in any kind of way. I have no reason to.
Who are you talking about? Who
The
did you
man that
answer?
just asked me a question.
You haven't answered problematic. He just asked you a question. You just came off of mute. How did you answer his question?
Well, I tried to answer his question. I didn't know that you muted me.
Oh, yeah, you been muted. Yeah.
My bad. Can he ask his question again? If the question was if I knew what I was talking about, and I said, yes, I do.
Okay, so then if you say yes, you do, but not only did the definition I read on Google and the definition he read not match with what you were saying, and I gave you an example of how what you were saying closely aligned to other types of words.
Yeah, you
that's
gave
why I'm
me a
asking you if
phrase
you
I
actually
never
know
heard
what you're
before.
talking about, or are you just saying these things?
You never heard of dirty macking?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
How old are you?
He old.
I'll be 48 in June.
Yeah, he older than both of us.
Dirty macking?
That's what I'm
never
saying.
heard of it.
How you know what simp is, but you
women?
don't know what dirty macking is? Them shit's been around like the same amount of time.
Yeah, I've never heard the phrase until today.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. All right.
My point would just real quick, just sum it up. My point is just basically like, if you say you do know what you're talking about, why wouldn't you find a better word to more closely call this man that you apparently have some sort of issue with? Why would you just say shit that doesn't
I don't have an issue with this man. I
Well,
had
if
an
you call
issue
him a
with what
simp,
he
it
was
sounds
saying
like
to
you
the other
clearly
man.
think
I
he's
don't know
doing
him
something to be
to
called a
have an
simp, right?
issue with him. I would have to know somebody to have a problem with them. I just didn't like what he was saying to the other guy.
Well, that's what I'm asking, though. So you had an issue with what he was saying to the other guy. So why wouldn't you choose a word that actually fits instead of calling him a simp, which doesn't fit the situation, scenario, or definition?
I felt like it felt the situation. You felt like it didn't. So
do you still feel like it does? If he's talking to another man and it has nothing to do with
there's
chasing after
50
a woman
women
that
in his comment
that's not
section,
interested in
right?
him, why would you still feel like that's the appropriate
How do
word?
you know they're not interested in him? Ain't they here? They obviously interested in
He's
somebody.
talking to another man, sir.
Yeah. And also it doesn't matter if they're interested in me. I would have to be. So that's
There's
literally.
more
Hold on.
than
Wait.
one
James.
definition for
Wait.
the word simp.
James.
Which one did you look up? Because
James.
there's a
Hold on,
plain
James.
definition and there's a dictionary definition.
James, the dictionary definition is foolish, and that wasn't what you were using it as. So even in your definition, that's not what you use it as, right? So I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna help you out. So even with
I don't need help.
James,
I would like to go back to the.
This is why I have to mute you, because you cannot stop talking when I start talking. It's crazy. You can unmute now if you can stop talking. So here's the problem with what you just said. You just said, if I'm not mistaken, you said there's 50 women in here. There's not. There's more than that. But anyways, you said there's 50 women in here, blah, 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 blah. Cool. And then Problematic said, who knows if they're interested in him and blah, 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 blah. That was the implication, right? Like, it's all these women are interested in me. Here's the problem, though. If that is the case, then I'm definitely not simping, because if they're interested in me, why would I need to simp? That's what I'm trying. Like, nothing you're saying makes sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So let me tell you, Problematic, this is why they use the word simp, right? This is why he used it. So they use the word simp and panderer to shut down men who say things that aren't aligned with the patriarchy or with I call it the cult of man, right? So if I say something that goes against the cult of man, if I say something that exposes the cult of man, they'll call you a panderer, they'll call you a simp. They don't know the definition of either word. And if they do, they don't ever use it properly, right? So they're deliberately going out of their way to use the word wrong. And that's why every single time they call me the word, I bring them up and ask them, why did you call me that? Why did you call me that name? And what does it mean? And usually we get stuck on the definition because none of them know what the definition is. They just heard it.
I actually know. I came up here intentionally just to fuck with him, since he wasn't going to answer you. I was figured maybe I could get him to answer me. No, I go through the same dumb shit. So that's why I was like trolling him a little bit.
You already know he ain't gonna never answer. You know how it goes. You already know that. You know the end game. That's crazy. What up, cool ass? Hey, I appreciate you coming up, Problematic, man. That was funny. That was fun and funny. What up, cool ass?
Man, Public, I don't know how you have this damn patience for these ignorant ass mofos that can't read past the 3rd grade level.
It's scary.
Reading comprehension is real. I seen in the comments a couple of people were saying George Bush going to hell in gasoline draws for No Child Left Behind, because he left a whole lot of y'all behind.
A lot of us stuff.
Let me ask you this. These the men that say, hey, we want submissive women, but then when you tell them to go get a dictionary, they can't read? Like,
yeah, I don't know how you gonna submit to somebody that's illiterate.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, it is not even the illiteracy or the comprehensions. Y'all literally believe whatever you hear and what words you put together trying to be Mr. TIP, that it's supposed to be what? Law? Like, dude, you use the word ambiguous completely wrong. And because he had a big word, it sounded like something that could connect to this, dude, you said it all wrong. So thank you, Public, for bringing me up. But I just want these dudes that come up here and talk to you, Public, let's just cut to the chase. Y'all do not like black women. Each guy on here, Public, before I got up here, I went to look at their platforms. It's all about disparaging black women.
It is?
Yes. James is not like black women. The other guy came up there. He got RIP to Kevin Samuels. And I'm like, oh, that's the problem. He wished Kevin Samuels was his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because his daddy wasn't here. Then I think about this. Like, he said it. Oh, I have lived experience. And they said, T. Your problem is what women lying about. Apparently, his mother lied to him about his daddy. And now he's coming over here projecting onto you, Public, about his daddy. He's looking at you because you're taking care of your children. You have a beautiful wife. And now he has something to say. He literally said his lived experience. Just like, let's call it, you a deadbeat dad. Talking about most guys not in their lives. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, lived experiences is yes. It should take into account.
I got a question for you, cool ass, real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I just got a question for you. What do you think he would have said if I had a prompt up here that said that most fathers are deadbeats? What do you think he would have said?
Oh, nah. So, fathers in their lives, that's what y'all say. The statistics say X, Y, and Z, but black dads in their lives. Yeah, that would have been it.
That's what I was not. That's why I wasn't. It was weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they always say I be bashing men, and then I'm sitting up here saying like, no, most kids have most fathers are in their kids' lives.
Yeah.
Like, duh. You know what I'm saying? So Even black fathers, even most black fathers are in their kids' lives. Even I know it's gonna blow y'all minds today. Even most black fathers are in their children's
In
lives.
their
No doubt
children's
about it.
lives.
Period,
Exactly.
point blank. Now, to what extent, whatever, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying
Their
most black.
children. Oh, I was just gonna say their children know their father. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
and
That's
no,
what we're
no, the
talking
father
about.
is in the life. Like it ain't like
Right,
my dad. Like my dad abandoned me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the.
right.
I don't consider what he did like him calling me once every
Mhm.
year, and sometimes he would be around for 3 months, and I wouldn't see him for 2 years. Like that's not in my life. I'm saying most dads are actually in their kids' lives. Like they see their kids, they're on the regular, yada yada yada. Right? Most. I'm just trying to figure out though, if I know that if I said that though, those
Mm-hmm.
very same men would say I was male bashing, and they would say, no, black men are the most involved.
Mm-hmm.
Fathers are in their kids' lives, blah 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 blah. But when it's convenient, it's oh these women are bitter, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
most kids don't have fathers in their lives. And I'm like, wait,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
So, if you don't mind, can I speak to that a little bit? Just a
Please.
little. So most men that say that women are bitter, right? And say that one more time, public. Women are bitter because of what?
Oh, we didn't even get to the why. I said
No.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
what
can
he
just
was saying? Why he
no.
was
What
saying they were
you?
bitter?
No. What you just said.
That
What you
that
just said.
fathers. What did I
Mhm.
say? I didn't say why they were bitter. I don't think.
Does anybody remember? Because you said something like, somebody write in the chat. You
Yeah, I
got
was saying that they're bitter. I was just saying that they're bitter, and that's why the fathers aren't like. That's why they're pushing the fathers away because
okay.
they're
So
bitter.
women being bitter, and
Yeah,
therefore, okay. So
yeah.
let me holler at you right quick. Let me just give me a couple of seconds. Women are not bitter when it comes to their children's father. Women become bitter because their children's father ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Women become bitter when they have to raise children that they did not lay down and get by themselves. Women become bitter when they call you and say, "Hey, your son needs some new shoes," and you say, "Nah, because I gotta, take the Hellcat to get some new tires." Women are bitter when your son needs some new cleats for football, and you tell her, "Nah, I gotta pay my rent." You see what I'm saying? That bitterness, yes, is thank you to the person. Bitter equals tired. Mothers get tired. You know what I'm saying? If you are an active parent, regardless of a father or a mother, you're gonna get tired, right? And you definitely gonna get tired, mother or father, if you are doing it by yourself. Period. And when men say, well, you should wait till you carry, let me tell you, I was a whole married woman, but I was single when it came to my kids, public.
Damn.
So men coming in here telling us, oh, women do X, Y, and Z. No, sir. You need to know tell public what you're doing. Tell us what you're doing. Don't come in here saying, oh, women be lying and women be lying. Because at the end of the day, we can sit up here and listen to you and you can keep running your mouth. What we going to say is, oh, you the problem. Because he literally said that, public. He said that was his lived experience. And I said, aha, he a deadbeat dad. So now he want to throw that back on the person that has the children. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, just going back to your what are women lying about? I haven't heard nothing from any of these men about what are women lying about. But I believe if you had a panel of women, public, including myself, I'll say what y'all lying about, right?
About the
Because,
men.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do that because that
I
list
know. I
it's
don't,
we
and I'm
already know
not.
what it is. It's a
Oh, I
fucking.
know. Yeah.
It's too
But
long.
the
It's
point of the
crazy.
matter is we would, but it wouldn't be bashing them, right?
No, no,
It's
no.
more of the uplifting, like, this is what y'all lie about. So how about you do this over here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta lie, just do this.
Yep.
And let me land my plane with this. Let's be clear to some of the black men in here, especially the two that was up here with public that couldn't read. I could tell you did not pass your third grade reading test. Some of y'all barely got out of high school and you still walking around asking your baby daughter to translate whatever is on your phone because you can't read it. You're ignorant and you need to get some schooling about yourself. Stop going online trying to read statistics when you ain't never walked into a statistics class.
I
I'm
don't
gonna lay
think
my
they was
plane.
even. I don't even think they read it online. No, that's the
No,
fucked
they
up
ain't
part.
read nothing. But the point of the matter is, you couldn't read. Like, the only thing you gotta do, pick up your phone, go to Google, type in simp, and there's the definition. I guarantee y'all ain't never heard of no Langston Hughes either. Right? Do better, black men. Do better. Stop being so damn mediocre. Take care of your kids and leave black women alone. Last but not least, public. When y'all get up here and talk to public, literally, I'm listening when public is talking, and all I hear are men that get on this panel and degrade. Y'all demean black women. Y'all demean us. You tear us down to the point where we don't want to fuck with y'all either. And then you don't understand why we don't want to mess with y'all. Because y'all literally hate us for real. You hate us for you not being white. Sorry, public. I'm going to say it. They hate us because they don't have the white phallus, that they have to posture to it in order to get some power. Listen, don't blame me. Don't blame your mama or your daddy. You are who you are. Stop trying to be something you're not. And if you hate black women, say that. Say you hate black women and stop putting scriptures to it. Stop putting these societal norms on us. And just leave us the fuck alone. Thank you, public.
No problem. I appreciate you coming up, cool ass. Y'all know what it is. I don't, you know, when you're right, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely like to make sure we don't. I don't. I know most of us are black, and I know I'm a black man, but I definitely like to make sure that we know that we talking about this as a system of oppression, not like as from the lens of like just black men are the face of this. So I like to make sure that's out there. No, I won't knock it off. I don't know if that upsets you, then that's too bad, because that's the reality. We could talk about it from that lens, but I just want to make sure that we understand that it is a system of oppression. That's what I'm saying. And I when I have this conversation, I'm just talking about women in general and men in general, and I get it. I understand why we say the things that we say. There's no knock, but I just want to make sure that we know that it is a system of oppression. That's it. Yeah, intersectionality is real. Nobody's denying. I'm not denying any of that stuff whatsoever. I'm just saying I'm talking about the system, and most M's hate W's. White, black, Mexican, fat, tall, skinny, don't fucking matter. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It don't matter. So I don't need to. I just like to make that clear, because I don't like when we do that to each other sometimes. That's all I'm saying. I just don't like when we do that to each other. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say what Cool Ass was saying. I'm saying, like, I don't like when people do that, because what she was saying was right. I agree with her. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what she was saying. I'm just saying, like, because people were responding in such a way, it was causing like a reaction, and I was like, let me just address that. We are talking about the system. Cool Ass was talking about black people, you know, from that, through that lens, and I think that she was right. I get it. I'm not saying, like, that's the reason why. I agree. That's the reason why black men act the way that they do. I do agree with that. But what she was a part of, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. I think that's like a big reason why. I'm not mitigating that. I'm just saying that. But I also want to make sure that we know that it is a system of oppression that you know what I'm saying, that black men feed into as well as white men and Asian men and every other group of men. Right? Nah, ain't no cap. Y'all niggas is dumb. Y'all don't know. If you think that's cap, then you need to check yourself. How is that cap? What do you want me to say? No, that ain't black men. Black men don't have that problem. Black men absolutely, we absolutely don't like black women. Absolutely. Like, as a group. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I also don't think black men, we don't like any women. But do we especially be hating on black women? Yep. And that's what Cool Ass was talking about. You see what I'm saying? You mad about that? That's cap? That ain't cap. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not cap. That's a fucking reality. You want me to sit up here and lie about that and be like, no, man, that ain't true. No. That's 100%. That's the truth. But I was just addressing the people that was reacting to that, going like, hey, how do we get on black men? Because Cool Ass was talking about black men. Because she's a black woman and she experiences misogynoir from black men, and that's what she was talking about. But there's a system that's bigger than that, what she knows. But I'm saying to those that don't understand that, there is a system that, that black men feed into and that we uphold at the exact same time. There is that's bigger than black men. That's all I was saying. That's the nuance. That's what you got to understand. You can't, there's no need in us denying that and be like, no, that ain't it. No. It's a fucking problem. Definitely a problem. If I wanted to talk to black men specifically, the thing that blows my mind about black men in these conversations is how easy it is for us to understand racism, but how hard it is for us to understand sexism. It's really crazy. It's so easy for black men to understand racism. We understand racism like we understand our ABCs. Like we understand 1 + 1 = 2. We get racism like. But as soon as you show black men how racism and sexism are like a fucking 1-to-1, now our minds just shut down. We don't know. Well, what do you mean? No. That's a problem. That's crazy. I don't expect that from white team men though. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't, because how would they know? They you know what I'm saying? Like how would they know? It's tough. That's a tougher sell for other groups of men. But for black men, that seems like a very easy sell to be like, you understand racism, right? Yeah. Well, sexism is just like that. But for women, that seems easy. That seems like something that like black men should just be like, oh shit, damn, I never thought about it like that. At worst, like that should be the reaction. Damn, I never thought about it like that. Damn. Okay. Let me unpack that a little bit. Damn, okay. Shit. I see, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, black women make less money and women make less money and and women get abused and black men be getting abused and black people, okay. Well, I see the connection, Should be just like that. Instead of shit like get motherfucker like trying to explain that shit to a black man, it's tough. It's like pulling teeth. You know what I'm saying? And I said this 1,000 times. Black men being the most progressive men don't mean shit. Because we are the most progressive group of men. Without a doubt. But it don't mean shit though. Because we're not the most progressive group of people. Right? Now we got to compare ourselves to the women. We got to compare ourselves to the most progressive group of people, not the least progressive group of people. Comparing black men to every other group of men who are the least progressive group of people, what is that saying? We're slightly more progressive than, like, what does that mean? How does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? How does that help us? Because we're a little bit better than white men. We're a little bit better than Asian men or whatever the case may be. Okay. We still fucking we're fucking terrible at the end of the day. Stop doing that. Let's compare ourselves to the real, the more progressive group of people. The generalizations on this dude page are staggering. Come up, C Delicious. Go ahead, Mr. Facts. I can't wait to hear Mr. C Delicious. It's a wild name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you CD. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about black men, but we're the most targeted, and why we haven't and why we're so uncivilized. We're the most targeted out of anybody. Because like I said again, we're considered a threat to society as a whole on a global scale. So when you look at this,
So are black
and
women.
you see all the sabotage that goes on, and this is something that's global on a global
So why does
scale.
that excuse black? Once again, what you're saying would just feed right into my point. If black men are the most targeted, then we should empathize that much more with black women, because black women are also the most targeted group of women, right? So shouldn't we empathize with them more?
Of course, because they're targeted along with us. And
Exactly.
we're the protectors. So what messes things up is when we don't acknowledge this and come together. But this is where it gets tricky, because okay, Like you know, there's a lot of things that you say that's just straight facts, right? But at the same time, when you have these divisions, like just no, it's no different than like these gang members that you claim different streets, different blocks, right? So when you have people come on here that might not have the education, and you purposely antagonize them in such a way where you talk about how they have like a third grade education, you belittle them. How are we supposed to progress? How are we supposed to unite as one when you have people, you know, well, not everybody that has an IQ, a high IQ operates the way you do, but they really try to lift brothers up to for them to understand and get the
Oh,
knowledge, but
okay,
they
yeah,
can't,
yeah.
get the
So
knowledge
I got it. I got it. I
if
got
you're
a real.
poking fun at
I
them
got
like
you.
it's high
I
school.
got a
But
real. I
if
got
you
a
get
real
your
quick.
if you get your rocks off,
Okay, Mr. Facts. You always come up here and think.
doing
Hold
that
on, Mr.
because you
Facts.
was made
Okay.
fun of in high.
Okay. I wasn't made fun of in high school. What gives off this impression that I was not this nigga my whole life? What are y'all talking about? What makes you think I wasn't this nigga in high? Nigga, I've been this dude my whole life. What are you talking about? There's nothing different. What are you talking about? So let me help you out. A, I don't coddle men, first and foremost. B, that dude who you were trying to protect, who you were talking about, how is he supposed to understand? That man had, according to Cool Ass, because she looked at his page and I believe her, didn't he shout out, he said rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, right? Right? Kevin Samuels that used to call women big silverback, gorilla back, linebacker women, B words. Right? That same man that used to belittle women all day long and belittle men sometimes. How big? What's your penis size, sir? That dude that used to do that to people that y'all loved. That he got rest in peace Kevin Samuels on his page. That same dude, right? Cool. Now you come on my platform and I point out an obvious truth that you lack reading comprehension, that you don't know how to read past the fifth or sixth grade. I wasn't making that up. I based that on literally what happened. Now, did I have to bring that out in front of everybody? I didn't, but the thing is that everybody that knows how to read actually clocked it. So I just pointed out the obvious. If you read a statement like this and your conclusion is, oh, he's talking about every woman or every man, or what percentage of men and women is he talking about? If you don't know what this means, then you have reading comprehension. You don't have reading comprehension. You lack reading comprehension, I should say, because this is very simple. This is like a simple statement. You see what I'm saying? Both of y'all did the same with the definition, though. Let's bring up this Ms. Baskin. Come on up, Ms. Baskin, and explain that to me. What do you mean? Both of y'all did the same with the definition. I need to hear this explanation. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. We'll mute you for the live. Yeah, so that's the reality, right? I mean, I don't care, to be honest with you. One of those dudes called me a simp, and I'm not saying I gotta, I didn't meet fire with fire because I didn't. Here's what I'm saying. He called me a simp. He didn't know the definition of the word, and even by his own definition, it didn't apply to me. So he was wrong on every account. I said I think both of those dudes lack reading comprehension. Was I wrong? No, I'm probably right. Let's give him a reading test. Let's see. I was probably right. I was probably right. Who is this? What's the name? Exposing who? Let's find him. Hey, Maz, bring up Exposing Truth. Let's see. Exposing the Truth. Exposing the Truth got something to say. They said the South got something to say. Y'all don't remember that. Y'all wasn't there. Hey, y'all, let's get the likes up. Let's get it over 100,000. Bang the Cash App one time, man. Let's keep the live alive. Come on up. Exposing truth. What exposing truth? Exposing truth. Virgo's bandwagon. Are you also a rejected person like him? Yeah. I'm gonna mute you for the live. Right? But if you want to come up, you can get unmuted. I will unmute you as soon as you come up. You might be a teen. Well, we would find out. Belittling people makes you feel better about yourself. Who, me, or you just mean like in general? I don't know. Either way, Matumbo blocked. Exposing truth might be a teen. I'm very curious. Who is Majesty? The 3 Stats gang, you know what it is. Who is this Majesty person? Somebody said Majesty go up. Let's find Majesty. Where's Majesty at? Oh, there goes Exposing Truth. Exposing Truth. How old are you?
How can I help you?
Hey, block Exposing Truth, by the way. I muted them. You can block them now if you can find them. We got to be careful in these streets. What up, Unfriendly?
Hey, public co-offender. I'm sorry. I've been laughing at that for the past 20 minutes. Did he put an extra C in there? Like,
He sure did.
that was one of the funniest things I've heard.
That was wild. That public.
I was like, what?
He said public co-offender. I was like,
Like,
wait.
well, I mean, you have a long name. I'm like, the public offender is a long name? I didn't.
Wow.
That's not what I came up here for, but that just had me.
Nah, you got to mention that. Don't forget about that. That's all we got. That extra C was crazy. I was looking for it. Like, where the fuck that motherfucker come from?
I've been sitting here laughing. I'm in a hospital right now where my mom had surgery, so
Okay.
it's been keeping me like entertained while I'm like waiting to hear how her surgery went or whatever. But what I wanted to say, oh, that's so funny. Yeah, when they come up here and they like quote these stats, you can tell that they're literally scrolling on probably social media or something and just reading the one line. Like, oh, well, so and so percent are born into single households. And I'm like, yeah,
80%. That's
but
what
look
somebody
up,
said. 80%.
yeah.
I was like, 80%?
I'm like, look up what single means. Like, they truly think single means single mother, like she's by herself. I'm like, no, single just literally means what you file on your taxes. Like,
Nah, man.
it just means unmarried. Like, and when they have these conversations and they read these stats, I'm like, you guys actually don't read past what the number says. Like, they say, oh, well, so and so percent are the most active dads. I'm like, read what that means. Because, like, he came up here and said, oh, well, what if that means father figure? Well, what if that means 2 women? I'm like,
It wouldn't mean that.
they don't do that when, like, they don't do that. Like, I'm just like, do you understand how research works, how the census works? They are not about to say that 2 women claiming that they're fathers, they will not be listed as men in that study. I'm just like, oh my God, it just like irks me so bad as someone who took a statistics class just so that I can know what I'm talking about sometimes. And it's just like hearing them, it just like frustrates me. And you have more patience than anybody I've ever met in my life.
You just have to not take them seriously. I promise you. If you don't take them seriously, you're good to go. If you understand, you just got to keep a few things in mind. A, you got to know that they don't have a beef with you. They have a beef with themselves. And B, that they're just ignorant. It's just you know what I mean? Like, it's just a deficit. So I understand, but for me, I understand both of those things. So it's real easy for me just to be like, oh well. Like,
You should have asked him what the denotation of simp is and like really got him because
he wouldn't have been.
they would have been like, no, because like what you're doing is you're connotating it for what you want it to be. But what is the denotation of a word? And I have like asked the man that, and he said that I was making up words. I'm like, no, denotation is a word. It means the dictionary definition of a word. I'm like,
He said
do
you were
you not
making
know
up
that?
words.
Yeah, no, literally, I was in a live last night, and like, I just wanted him to define something. I said, please define misandry for me, and he gave this answer where y'all just hate everything about men and y'all hate your father. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. Like, what is the denotation of it? He's like, you're just making the words to sound smart, because I had mentioned that like I went to school, but that's because somebody asked me. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not that I just come up here and
You
say,
need to
well,
just
I got
offer it.
four
Yeah.
degrees. Like, I don't do that because I don't like to make anybody feel less than, because that doesn't matter. Like, but he's like, oh,
It might matter though. It might
I
matter. It
mean, it
depends on
might
the
matter, but I'm
context.
just saying, like, because he said, well, I went to your page and you're holding up your degrees. I'm like, yes, because I just graduated college. Like, and so I was proud of that I got 5 in 6 months. So yeah, I mean, I'm like pretty proud of that. But that has nothing to do with the live right now. Like, and so he said I was making up the word denotation, and I in my entire life have never heard that I'm making up a word because you don't know what the word means. It was just crazy.
I've heard people say that, but yeah. Real quick before you go to, I just want to shout out your moms, man. Hopefully, you get some good news soon, and she recovers fully, and y'all go back to life is normal. Life is usual, right?
Yeah, thank you. Just keep me lifted up, y'all.
Yep, that's right. All right, stick around. It's still gonna be fun. What up, Sly?
I knew you was gonna call me out. First off, before we even start, I just want to say I respect your ideology as a man, and I understand your principle as a man. And I'm trying right now. Last time we talked, I'm actually trying to date, and I just want to know where I messed up at as a man. Um, this
Hold
and I'm
on,
coming for
hold
you
on.
for answers because you married.
Nah. Hold on, bro. First of all, I hate giving dating advice. It makes every single time I even get into it, I start getting uncomfortable. It's not for me. Trust me. I'm terrible at that. And
Okay,
B,
I
it's
didn't
not.
even read the room.
Yeah, we on the topic. We talking about the topic. You know what I'm saying? Like I would prefer to stick to the topic. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. You can go. That's good. I ain't tripping. But I would prefer to talk about the topic, right? But
Okay,
me
so
personally, just FYI, I can. If you my homie, if me and you personally, you know what I'm saying? You know me. You know what I mean? Off the app, cool.
which we not, but I fuck with your ideology
No,
as a
I
man.
got you. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't want to. I can't give date. I just can't, man. It's too touchy of a subject, and it's too personal. You know what I'm saying? Dating advice is way too personal, honestly. So I can't do it, man. But go ahead, man. If you wanted to say something about the prompt, that's cool. If not,
Okay,
we
the
good to go.
prompts is what are women lying about?
Yep.
Uh yes, I will agree with the woman in the comments. She said that I am trying to get therapy, but I'm a change it to another situation now. What I think a lot of women lying about, I wouldn't even say it's women lying. It's a lot of women lying to other women, if that
Okay.
makes sense,
About what?
about what men look for in a woman.
What do men lie? What do women lie to other women about? What are they saying?
They don't keep it 100 when it comes towards obesity, character, and finances.
Okay, let's do one at a time. You said obesity. What do you mean? What are they lying about when you talk about
They
obesity?
not really telling women like if you see in a lot of hip hop videos, which is
Hip hop
really
videos.
messed up. It really degrades the mess out of women, which I'm not with that at all.
Okay.
But I do got a attraction to it because of what I'm exposed to as the young man that I am now.
Okay. Hey, watch that bottle, man. Be careful with
All
that
right,
bottle.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
this
be
thing
careful with
down.
that shit. Yeah, that shit
But
get the live band.
you know, like I'm gonna be real vulnerable right now, bro. Like I really I really wish I was put in a position like you and really understand, because I'm trying to control my demons. Like the woman I was dealing with, she was a BBW, and she was just, it was certain things that I would say that was messing up the program of what she had going on. But she really genuinely fucked with me as a young man. She really liked.
She was a BBW. Was she fine? Was she pretty?
To me, she was fine. And then when I talked to other men about how she looked, they would say, "Yo, your girl is fine."
Okay.
So I knew I wasn't missing. I wasn't missing.
So
But it
you
was
asked other men, was she fine?
no, no, no. I never asked.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, that's weird.
Yeah, they just told me. I don't know. It's like people could easily read me as a young man that I am, and
Okay.
I really hate that. I really despise that shit. That they could really read me as a young man that I am, and I was all for it. Like she just has so much insecurities about me as a young man. She will always
How do we
do.
get back on talking about relationships, brother? I really don't. Can we get what happened to the topic? You said women be lying about obesity to other women, right? Women be lying about obesity to other women. Bet. Okay. So so you mean to tell you're basically saying that women lie to other women and say men don't care about your weight? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Me
And
personally, and I hope I don't offend a lot of women on here. I'm
oh,
not
you
trying to.
already offended them, brother. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah, it's already curtains. You right.
Yeah,
So
you already
I'm
did
gonna
it.
just get to the truth.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the way these rap videos be promoting women doing what they doing when they talking they stuff in the booth, and then for y'all women to hear me, bro, like don't no man want no like out of shape woman. You feel me? Like they don't want that nowadays. But at the same
What
time, like
percentage of men are in shape? Do you think?
I when it come to men that's in shape, the last statistics that I read in 2023, that was 2023. I haven't did the update on it. Majority of men nowadays can't even do 50 push-ups straight.
Exactly. Yeah. So most men aren't in shape. So why, if most men aren't in shape,
They not. They not.
then why do they? Then how? What do they? What right do they have to say that they don't want a woman that's not in shape?
And that's the thing that's tricky too, because you got so much beautiful women. You got single moms out here that are
Single
fucking
moms.
diabolical, amazing, beautiful bodies. And I'm sorry that I'm expressing my age right
Yeah, I
now.
do. I do want to clock a couple things right quick, Sly. It like you keep comparing women that you're dating to women that are in music videos and rap videos and stuff. Would you feel uncomfortable if a woman that you were talking to compared you to a rapper or a movie star or a baseball player, basketball player? Would you feel like, hey, like we're not even in the same league? Why are you doing that? You see what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't like that, right?
No, I wouldn't. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Then
I
let's leave
despise
all the
you all the
music video
time.
people. Let's leave all the music video, all the
But that's
movie
not
stars.
that's not
Let's
our
cut all that
reality
out.
though.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, that is the reality though.
yeah,
That's
that is.
literally the reality because
Yeah,
you don't have access to those women.
yeah.
So the
Right.
reality is you don't have access to those women.
I
You have
do
access
though.
to the women.
I do
You do.
though. Yes. And I'm
So
gonna tell
you're in
you
the
why. Like for a
you're in the
simple
music
scenario
videos.
situation, and I probably messed it up being too truthful with certain women. Bro, it was my first time at a bar, bro. I ran into a lawyer, bro. I'm a hood ass little dude compared to y'all brothers. I'm a hood dude. So when I'm running to women like this, they got credentials that really made life out of themselves. I'd be surprised that these type of women want conversation with me just because how I look, bro. I'd be really surprised, bro.
Okay. But that's not a video vixen though.
The way I be dressing, it kind of is though. I dress like a rapper though.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the women. I'm saying the women that you just described as a lawyer. that sounds like an educate. That's not a video vixen.
That's
That's
what
just
I'm
an
saying.
educated
I'm
woman.
not used to them type of women.
But
Like,
video vixens are educated women. I'm not saying I'm saying feel what I'm saying.
yeah,
If you say video vixen, I think Ari Fletcher, right?
I want to say that she a lawyer. This woman I'm talking about, she a
I
lawyer.
know that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
say lawyer, I think lawyer. I don't even know what the fuck a lawyer looks like, but I just think like a different type of woman. It ain't about how she looks at that point. It's her pedigree. It's her socioeconomic status. It's her education. It's all these other things, right? You know what I mean? So, because I said you don't have access to video vixens, and you said I do, and then you said I met a lawyer at a bar, and I'm like, that's not a video vixen. So I don't know what this woman looks like physically, right?
I don't, I don't,
She could have been attractive, right? For
I
all
don't,
I know.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like to talk about a video of Vixers because of the simple fact on what the chemistry I have with them, and it was never a good experience. So I'd rather not even talk about it because I was going through traumas when they came into my life. But I'm gonna say like this: I really don't know too much to even speak on video vixen type of women. I really
Fair
don't.
enough. So let's move on. So you said that women lie to other women. That is what they do, and they lie about what men want. I don't think I disagree with that. I think women do know what men want, and truthfully speaking, men want whatever women they can get. just to sum it up plainly, men want the women they can get, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm. I mean, when I look around, I look at men. I'm like, it just seems like you guys are getting the women that you can get because it's tough for men, most men, right? It's tough for most men to get any woman, right? So it seems to me, it just seems like they're getting any woman that is interested in them or that is willing to be in close proximity to them. But I could be wrong about that. Right? I'm fully, whatever. Now, do I think that do I know that men objectify women so much and that is why they want a video vixen? Absolutely. They still want a video vixen. No doubt about it. They want that archetype of woman physically. No doubt about it. Wouldn't deny that at all. But that's a fantasy, right? I'm not talking about fantasies. I'm talking about like how men actually function though. And it's like I want it like I want a Lamborghini SUV, but
Me too.
right? I think that's my car. Like that's one of my favorite cars. But in reality though, right? I don't really I'm not disappointed in either car that I have. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I like both of the cars that I have. I love them actually. They're really good cars. They're good. I picked them out. I like them a lot. My wife likes her car. I like my car. But if I could have any car on the face of the planet, I would pick a Lamborghini SUV. You see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't mean though that I didn't settle for my car. My cars are, you know what I mean? Like my cars are really nice cars.
It's just who you are as a man.
It's just a fantasy though. My fantasy is that car. That's my fantasy. It's a totally different thing. A fantasy is completely different than like what you're actually looking for in a person. Because also, in reality though, even if I had that car, it would probably be a pain in the ass because they're small on the inside and they suck up gas like a motherfucker. So I probably would get sick of it, right? Like me, how I am, because I'm very fuel conscious or whatever. But yeah, in fantasy world, I want that car. That's what I'm saying. It's a completely different thing, right? So yes, most men want some fantasy version of a woman, right? No doubt about it. But in reality, most men don't have access to anything like that, and they're completely happy and whatever with any woman that they, for the most part, what I'm saying, they're happy with the women that they have access to. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I want to touch on that subject right there just a little bit, because we as men do that right there often about cars and stuff. The thing is like the cars that are in my driveway, they don't have feelings they're not concerned if I'm over here daydreaming about another car, if I'm thinking
Yeah.
about spending all my money on something else. So that being the case, as men in relationships, we can't be looking at magazines, looking at music videos, being like, babe, look, this is right here. If I had a whole bunch of money, this is what I'd be getting right here. I'd be getting,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm fetishizing something that,
Yeah.
and so what I'm telling my woman that I'm actively engaged in is like, well, you're here now, but if I was in the position I want to be in,
I
you
would
would not
ditch you.
be here. You would not be here, and
Yeah.
that to me is wild. I've done that as a very young man.
Oh yeah,
and
me too.
and like it's not good. You know what I'm saying? So me and my thoughtfulness, like, so I try my best not to, do things like that for sure, right? Like the cars is cool, so I actually focus on that more now because the cars don't have feelings, but people themselves, we have to, have that trueness with ourselves, right?
Yep. Great point. Exactly. Got to be careful with the lusting. That lust be running rampant. Um, yeah, brother. Did you want to say something else, real quick, Sly? There you go. Oh, there you go.
I ain't gonna lie to you, like I might kind of get a little personal with this, and it's the reason why I came to you, even though I know that's not what you.
Come on, bro. Don't bring us back to the relationship. I can't do it. I promise you, bro. I would
But I
love to
can
help you.
handle it if you don't mind
No,
flaming me.
no, it's not even. All right, go. All right, go ahead, Sly.
All right, so it was a couple times that I messed up, and it was a fact. It was an effect of I had certain influence around me where I wouldn't want motherfuckers getting their freedom taken out of them. So I kind of took hold of the situation, and they didn't know how serious it was. But besides that, like this woman that I've been dealing with, she's Italian. She's not a sister. She is not a sister. And much as I want a sister and I fantasize about sisters, I just wish sisters really think how she think. No disrespect. And
Very
I'm gonna keep that.
disrespectful.
Hey man, it is what it is. If I ran into a sister that would think like her,
We
What makes her so unique?
she cooks for me in the morning. She cooks for me before she go to work.
What does that have to do with how she thinks?
I ain't never experienced that at my age, gang.
so you
I've
like
been
her, so you
I've
like
been
her
in
labor.
jail my whole life. I've been in institutions my whole entire life until I was 19, and even up till I was 22. So I don't really know what a real woman is at all. I don't know.
A woman who cooks for you isn't necessary. I wouldn't call that a real woman. Call that person a real woman just because she cooks for you. I mean, there's got to be more to it than that. But but you said she thinks differently. How does she think though? What is she? How's she thinking?
I want to say she think differently because she was a BBW, if that makes sense, if you know what that means.
Yeah, we know what a BBW is. We already
And
talked about him.
this is how insecure I am as a man, where I had to settle for a BBW because the fine
Settle?
woman.
You settle for her? What are you talking about?
Well, it's other women that I can have, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm scared to approach them because they on a different type of timing than me, and I ain't mean to disrespect you. The last time we was on live together,
You good? It just sound like you don't really like this woman though.
I do, but she got so many. You think so?
It sound like you don't like her.
So Sly, you've been institutionalized your whole life. You said that, right? Like you've been in the system, like locked up. Yeah, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been had somebody cook for you your whole life.
No.
They cook for you in there.
My mom, when I was 10 years old, my mom was cooking for me up until I was 10 years old. So my mom was like my best friend. When I got to 10 years old until 10 and a half, going to 11, that's when I went to juveniles home. Then when I got to 14, then I had my godmom shadowing me. So every woman that I look at, if they don't if they don't stand to the point to my godmom, who the woman she is, I don't want them.
So you literally want a mother. That's
Right.
scary. Like you're just openly admit, because usually men don't say it that openly, but I respect it, I guess, because you're being honest. But so you want a mother. You don't think that's problematic?
You know, when my situation that I was talking to, she brought that situation up today. And I was like, yo, if me and this woman, mind you, this woman is 70 something years old. If this woman,
Sly, who's 70-something years old, sir? Who you talking about? The woman you dating?
no,
Oh. Oh, bro, I was about to drop you.
Who's 77 though? You done brought it up. Now we got it.
Yeah, who you talking about?
Yeah, this is late night.
I gotta know who you talking about? Who you talking about?
y'all put me on the spot right now.
Nah, you put yourself. I tried to tell you don't open this. What? Don't do that. I told you don't open it up. Now we here. Who is 77? What are you talking about?
It's my godmom, man.
Oh, okay.
She
Okay.
understand me so well as the young man that I am. And she know what I'm gonna do certain things before I even do it.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
she
know.
old as hell. What the hell?
I
She know everything. When you 77, you know everything.
I understand that, but I don't understand why it's turning me on, but it's also I'm not gonna lie, it does turn me on, but I don't understand why it's hurting me as a young, maybe because I'm losing
Hold on, wait. What's turning you on?
her mindset, bro.
Who? Your godmothers?
She really understand me as a person. She know the mistakes I'm gonna make before I even make them. Versus the woman that I'm dealing with at my own age or younger, they don't understand.
So you're
They don't
conflicted.
understand.
Okay. So the conflict is you are attracted to your godmother because she gets you,
Why
right?
you gotta say it like
No.
that?
I'm sorry. Okay. How do I say it differently? Because you said that. How do you want me to say that? Is that not the case?
So Sly, I'm gonna. It sounds like you have a good relationship with your godmother. She's been there for you when you needed someone to be in your life, as far as love and comfort, as a parent type figure. Do you agree? Yeah.
Exactly.
And to be honest, like, I'm not trying to like dig deep into what you got going on, but like, it sounds like you ain't had no sunshine and roses path to the age that you are now, right? And so like, you're connecting with her a lot because she wants to see you be successful. She has love for you.
Yeah.
And you're clocking that. You're like, hey, this woman loves me and wants me to do good. And everyone else that's been in my life, they don't show me that love. They don't want me to. They're just like, you're making problems. You messing up,
Yeah.
right? So like, you want someone to be in your life like that. So your godmother is cooking and doing things for you, getting you clothes, putting you up somewhere, trying to get you to be successful. And you're talking about this Italian woman, and she's doing some of those things, and you've never had someone that's maybe close to your age that does those things.
I
So
think but wait. I think okay. That I think all that makes sense. I think that's all tracking. But I think also that when he said turn him on, I think that that's because that's how you process that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how you're processing what she's doing for you, right? And it's coming out and it may be showing up as like sexual energy, but that's not really right. Like just because you don't know how to process it, that's just how it's showing up. You don't. It's not like like you're really sexually attracted to her, but it's just coming out in that way because you don't know how to express it in a different way. So it's, you know what I mean? So it's being expressed sexually. I'll be honest with you, and here's why I don't like talking about this stuff, because I'm not a fucking therapist and I don't know what to say to you next. But I just based on what you said so far, I can see that because at first I know I've never heard this before, but even hearing this right now, I'm like, just acknowledging that right there, I'm like, okay, it's not as crazy as, you know what I'm saying? Like, it did kind of throw me off a little bit, but now I'm hearing it, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's not like you're like, man, I want to be with this woman, I want to marry this woman. It's not that. It's just like when I receive this attention, when I, you know what I'm saying, when she does the things she does, it shows up in me. It is expressed through me. It expressing me as sexual tension or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? AKA turning me on.
Not even sexual tension, but like we in the United States use love in a very binary way. You know what I mean? Like men don't say love to other men that are straight. You know what I mean? Like that's looked down upon in the cult of men because it's not in our eyes, it's sexualized, right? In other countries they have other words that mean love, but just in a platonic type way. We don't have that here on purpose because of the cult of men, right? So like just in what Sly's saying, like I have love for people that are 30, 40 years my senior, right? But it's not, you can't say that shit out loud because in the United States it's not accepted. But like public saying, like we don't, I'm definitely not a therapist. I've been in therapy, but like just as a suggestion, Sly, like we want you to be successful. You know what I'm saying? But like, and other people want you to be successful too. But this is kind of what the work that we do as the work of men. But we can't, we can't do it. You have to do it. But we can't be. You can't push that prerogative on someone else. You see what I'm saying? Like you can go to, like, let's just use the girl that you're talking about. Like you can go to her and be like, if we can be friends, if we can talk, if you can, because it sounds like you need healthy friendships.
That too, for sure.
And build those, right? So like, don't go ahead.
No, I just got a question for him. Hey, Sly, do you feel frustrated when you're around her, your stepmother?
I didn't got accused of when I was 15, and right now I'm pushing 30. I got accused of maybe messing around with her, but her husband knows like that didn't go down. Like he knows that like that's my mom. I really look at her as my mom.
Well, you can't say that because you wouldn't be turned on by your mom, I don't think. So I don't think you look at her as your mom.
And I hope she don't see this shit, and I hope he don't see this shit.
Oh, they follow you?
I mean, they done popped up on my TikTok for me to follow them, even the daughters as well.
Block them.
And this one daughter, the one daughter I'm really attracted to, like really bad. I don't even want to get on that situation, but
so she has a daughter. Why don't you mess with her daughter if you have access to her?
Her daughter is, I can't even get that information because it's so exclusive.
Okay.
It's going to
Does she now? The daughter doesn't like you though, apparently, in that way.
I wouldn't even say that. I know for a fact this daughter does, but because she been pushed into this limelight, she ain't gonna take that chance with a brother like me. But she would if she knew how much discrimination that I done experienced and how much of a real spirit that I am. Because I'm a real spirit. Like I'm too friendly. And I got it from my godmom. She done raised me.
How old is she? How old is the daughter?
We 7 years apart, so
she 37. Around there, 36.
Or is she younger?
I know you ain't counting on your hands.
Let me get
she like, cause I don't like telling people my age. So
you just said you pushing 30. You already talked.
All right. So
Yeah,
now y'all about to really, whoever be following me, and y'all know I'm 27 years old. So we 7 years apart.
She 34.
Or she 20.
She 34 or 20?
She 34.
She older. Yeah, I figured your
I
your
like
godmother's 77, so I know her kids would
I
be older. They
love
wouldn't.
older women. Older women understand me better than women than my age. If
Apparently,
that
you
makes
like
Well,
older is an understatement. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's correct that a
you
little
like
bit.
old women. You don't like older women. You like some old women like that. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Older is
But
37. Old is 77. That's
as
crazy.
long as as long as they direct me the right way, I
Hmm.
will fuck with you. But if you start directing me out of your emotions and deflecting trauma and experience that you went through, I'm going to leave. I will be able to pick up on that as time that we get to talking within the 24 hours that I talk to you. Once I peep that, I'm out of there.
I
I'd
ain't gonna
rather
hold you, Sly. I'm gonna do you a favor right now. I'm gonna drop you down because I don't want you to get in trouble, fam. And I appreciate everything you. I hope I hope and wish the best for you, brother. But I'm just now I've gotten to the point of my uncomfortableness is high.
right.
I'm very uncomfortable, and I saw it coming, man. I was like, I don't want to talk about this shit, man. This is crazy. And he already said some stuff about the family might see it. Like I'll feel really bad if they came up here and saw you up here talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
You
I've been
know,
uncomfortable. I've been uncomfortable. Uh,
I've been uncomfortable, but I want,
yeah.
what can you do, man? You don't want to,
The last thing I wanted to say to him was like that I think that if he looks inside a little bit, he could see that maybe relationships ain't for him right now. Maybe it's not a relationship season in his life, to be trying to date and talk with people on a romantic type of way. Maybe we just need to build some friendships.
Yeah,
Uh, and
some healthy ones.
some healthy ones. Maybe talk to some people that have been to school for that type of stuff, right?
Definitely
Like
talking to some people that's been to school for that. Please talking to some people that got some like plaques and shit behind them with like
yeah,
some
yeah,
credentials and shit. Like, go talk to them because I ain't got it. I don't.
right, right, yeah.
Mm-mm.
You want to talk about electrical stuff? I got it. I got that. I give you all that advice, every bit of it. But
I
but
could
if you
talk
want to talk
about it and
about
set up a TikTok live, and then and we could talk about the Lakers. That's about it.
there you
Outside of
go.
that, I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
I feel very much uncomfortable talking about the things we're talking about right now. I ain't gonna even hold you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to shame that man, so I'm not gonna even play into the check on his peoples or whatever, but definitely check on his people. But okay, okay, that was interesting. Hey y'all, we up to 126,000 likes. I love it. I love it. It's a late night. Y'all got me up on a late night. At least bang the Cash App one time and keep the live alive. At least look out for your boy one time. Just drop $1 in the collection plate. $1 a do you. That was crazy though. That was that was one of the. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. He cammed up too. I feel, damn. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Sly was honest. That's what I'm saying. That's why, yeah. That's why I had to. You gotta let it go, man. When they was
I did join up, and we were talking about this way earlier. It's slightly off topic, but if you want to discuss it, about the intersectionality of how, like, you understand when you're explaining racism to black guys, they got that, they clock it every time. But then as soon as you jump to misogyny or anything like that, they're like, nah, that ain't true. That ain't
yeah.
true. And so like me being a whitey fella, like it had to get explained to me, right? Like my privilege of interacting in the world as a white guy. I don't know if you saw the test they did about
Appreciate you, Natasha. Go ahead.
the game Monopoly, right? Like we all know that game's just about owning stuff, and as soon as you get to be owning stuff, you're gonna win the game. You're gonna have all the money and all the houses, all that type of stuff. Well, they did a study, and what they did was every time you pass go, they gave someone an extra $200. Well, that
Yeah.
person won like 99% of the time, right? When you get access to resources, you win. But then when they questioned that person after the fact,
He
they
was
were like, "Nah, it's because I did good. It's because I can handle the game. I'm successful. That's why
Yeah.
I won." And so you explain it like that. So systematically, oppression has happened for a long time. And even though that we don't have a lot of laws per se, that affect that, society norm is still there's nothing that's passed because we're still coming from oppression, like it's still set in place and it's rooted so deep. We got to get that out. And that's what we have to understand at the intersectionality part. We as whitey folks had money a long time ago. So
Appreciate you, free thinkers.
still got some money, right?
Yeah,
And we're trying to kind of level that playing field out to some degree.
facts. That was a great analogy. I remember that study or that experiment. I don't know if you call it a study, but yeah, that was crazy. All right. Is that you want to? Was that you good, man? I got some people in the queue. I'm about to.
Yeah. Drop me down. I'm finna log off. I appreciate it.
Okay, appreciate you, Jeff. Damn, man, what an interesting night. Y'all say peace out to Jeff, man. Jeff be up on a late night, man. He on that Bob Seger shit. Working on the night moves. Trying to make some front page driving news. Late as hell. It's late than a motherfucker, man. It's damn near 12 o'clock. I'm about to pass out. Hey, Coco, we was there. We was there. I was trying to avoid it. Them motherfuckers, nobody was listening to me. I was like, nah, man, we don't. Nah. They try to circle back. Nah, man, I don't want to talk about that. Finally, I just felt bad. Somebody in the comments said, let him talk. I said, all right, man, fuck. God damn. And here we are. This is what I be telling y'all, man. Hold on. Appreciate that, man. Hey, man, this is what I be telling y'all. It ain't me. It ain't me, man. It's the gentleman. It's not me. Y'all scaring the girls. It be crazy, auntie. It be crazy at night. Boys going wild at night. It's crazy. Yeah, it ain't me, man. I'm telling y'all. Women. She said we gotta call them women. Okay. We'll call the women. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's crazy. It does get weird. Y'all know if y'all been rocking with me for a while, y'all remember when I used to do them late night ones, and I'll be up and we'll look up and it was 5 o'clock in the morning and it'd be 700-800 people in here by the end of the night. We'd just be up here. It was the wild. I wish I had those lives archived because them shits was crazy. It was before the haters was real haters. It was before all of that. Oh my goodness, that shit was so funny. I wish I had those archived. I wish I was smart and yeah, man, it used to be crazy. 500 people at 3 a.m. I'm like, what is y'all doing? But that's 3 a.m. East Coast for you, so that's really 3. But for me, that's 12, so that's early. You know what I'm saying? But it would be 5 o'clock my time. It would be 5 o'clock. It'd be 4 o'clock my time. So it's 7 o'clock East Coast, but people were up with me the whole time. It wasn't like they came on at 7. Like it was it was like around like 4 my time. No. Around like 2 my time, it would get jumping. And then it would be jumping from like 2 to 5, 2 to 6, 2 to 7 my time. It was crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy. People from UK, exactly. They was over there drinking Guinness and shit. Talking shit to you. All right, man. Yeah, I feel bad. I appreciate it. It's 11:30 on the West Coast. I'm about to end it. They may people go back into the office, get into bed. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. And me and Chad Ross start a dating service to vet these dudes. I will not. Y'all are not about to blame me for none of this shit. Did anyone really answer the question? No, they did not, Orion. And just so I can circle back for the people that weren't here in the beginning, and I'll end it with how I began, but with how I began. I was having a conversation with my friend tonight, and my friend and a lot of red pillars say the same thing. They say that they hear what women say, but then they see what women do. And they say that women don't do the things that they say, right? So the example that I gave, because this was the example that he gave. He basically was saying that women are attracted to toxic men. That's their thing, right? And he was like, I hear you saying that that's not who they're attracted to. That women are attracted to men of, integrity and blah, 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 blah. But I see them ending up with toxic men. And I said, exactly, Vanity. And I said, well, men mask and men lie. So, what do you expect from the women? You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, well, yeah, but even when they see that who the man is, they stay. And I was like, yeah, but now they're invested. Right? Now and it's confusing too, because they've seen a part of the man that they think like, oh, that's who he really is, or that's who he can be. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They just don't know which one is which. They don't know if he's Dr. Jekyll or if he's Mr. Hyde. They just don't know. Because they got to experience Dr. Jekyll at first. So they're going, oh, okay, so he has a potential to be Dr. Jekyll. But then after a year or two, now he's Mr. Hyde. What do you expect her to do? Now she's invested. So that's what I was saying. But he was adamant that no, women lie, that they say one thing and do that. And I was like, I just haven't experienced. I'm not experiencing that. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's not what I'm seeing. That's not what I'm hearing, and I have a good amount of proof on my side. If you take the divorce rates, if you take women, abstaining from relationships for men altogether, birth rate decline, like all of these things, it's all pointing to women are checking out, and women aren't interested in being in relationships or in close proximity to most men, right? Because the men kept telling the women to choose better, and instead of the men telling other men to be better, now it's an epidemic, or it has always been an epidemic of men who are not healthy and are toxic. And so what are the women left to choose from but a bunch of toxic men? And then it becomes even harder for the women to choose, because if you're choosing from a pool of toxic men, now you're just trying to choose the least toxic man. Right? Like it turns into our voting system, pretty much. It turns into, we're just picking the lesser of two evils, right? Yeah, I mean, damn, I can't vote for Trump. He's an overt racist. I'm going to vote for the covert racist, who's an overt racist too, but I'm going to vote for the covert racist, right? Oh, I can't vote for Mitt Romney. I'm going to vote for the black guy who bombs six countries a year. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna vote for the black guy who won the Peace Prize, and then the next year started 3 new wars, and bombed so much during his during his time as president that he ran out of bombs at one point in time. So yeah, right. But hey, I can't vote for that. I can't vote for Mitt Romney. That's crazy. See what I'm saying? That's what women are left to choose from. They're left to choose from a war criminal or a racist war criminal. Right? Either way. A less racist war criminal or an extremely racist, extremely misogynistic war criminal. Which one do you want? I'll choose the less racist, less misogynistic war criminal. So then when women go, okay, well, I'm just not going to vote anymore, Then the men go, well, go be with the bear. It just like, what the fuck? What happened? How did we get here? How did we end up at this place? Let's rewind it. Let's play it all the way back through. Let's see what's going on here, because this is crazy, right? Or they blame the woman for being with the toxic man, and they don't blame the toxic man for being toxic, which I always find to be weird. You're blaming the woman for picking the toxic man, and you're not blaming the man for being toxic. You're saying, well, she should have known. Well, she saw it a year in. Why hasn't she left him yet? As if we don't understand the effects of abuse, and we don't understand the effects of narcissistic abuse. A woman being manipulated and being, you know what I mean? It would be hard for her to leave. She's confused. She's second guessing herself. He showed potential to be Dr. Jekyll. Like, all of these things, just, I don't know. Doesn't seem hard. But that's how I came up with the prompt. That's where we are, just so you know. And that's why I asked the question, what are women actually lying about? Because I don't know what women are lying about as a group. I'm not seeing it. The only thing I think women lie about, and the men were fighting hard. They couldn't come up with the answer, but I'm going to give you an answer. I think the women lie about most women. I think most women lie about the character of men. I think most women lie to themselves and say that men can't be this bad. It's not most men. They can't. Most men aren't this bad. That's what I think women lie about the most, to be honest with you. But that lie really only hurts them at the end of the day. So I can't really, you know what I mean? Like, but that's personally what I think women lie about the most. It can't be most men. It can't be all. It's not that. No. I'm just having bad luck. I just haven't met the right one. You know what I mean? Like, that's typically what I think women lie about. But like I said, I think that's a lie that I'm with, like, because that's a lie that they tell themselves. So, who am I to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't hurt me, right? And, you know, what can I do about that? But the lies men tell hurt women. When we lie to ourselves too. We lie about women. We lie about what women actually want, right? We lie to ourselves about what women want. We say women want a man with money. We say, and we don't say women want a man with high character and morals, right? We don't say that. We say they want a man with money. So we lie to ourselves too, but that ends up hurting women, right? That lie ends up hurting women. You know what I mean? That's how that works. So that's why you got to be careful about the lies. All lies aren't created equal. Yeah, Zeta. All of those lies those are lies for y'all. Those lies only affect y'all. If you want to lie to your man and tell him he putting it down, then hey, more power to you. I'm not gonna tell you otherwise. Who am I to tell you otherwise? But that's it though. I feel like that was an easy one. I feel like that was low hanging fruit, you know. But none of the gentlemen were gonna ever acknowledge that. They weren't ever gonna say, yeah, women lie to themselves about men. That was never gonna come out. So, but that's the only lie I got for y'all. If you guys come up with another one, I'll run the prompt again and we could try again in the future. I'll do it on the main page. This will be one of my next prompts. I'll do it on the main page. We'll get a new audience in here and see if they could come up with something, because you guys were terrible tonight. Terrible. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the chat was chatting. You Negroes are diabolical. Yeah. Best minds in the business. Thanks for banging the Cash App too, y'all. Bang it one more time.